Hello, welcome to the Leeds house. This is Kevin again.
And I'm James again. A lot of buses, mate. You wait for ages and two come at once.
Exactly. So we're gonna do talk about yesterday's game against Monaco a little bit here. We're actually going to talk about some of the good stuff that we saw, some of the shit stuff that we saw, and some of the shitty stuff, the shit that you've ever seen up front.
I didn't get to watch this game, unfortunately, because I was driving back from Newquay. But yeah, you can take it away, mate.
Go. What did I do? What did I do for you yesterday as you're driving back?
You did video call me and put your phone up so I could see half the screen, which is very nice of you.
It was pretty good, wasn't it? It was pretty good, you know. And I can be nice sometimes.
I just want to point out I wasn't driving at this point. I'd switch with my wife, so
yeah,
I wasn't being dangerous. Never be dangerous.
Always be dangerous. That's what they say. Always be dangerous. That's what Carlton Palmer lived his life by, was always be dangerous.
Danger legs, he was called, wasn't he?
Yeah, danger legs. Elastic legs. He was pretty good, though, our Carlton Palmer.
Was he?
Yeah, I liked him.
I'm glad you did.
I think that he was like coming to the end of his career as we first started liking football, though, really, weren't he?
Mm-hmm.
He was all right.
To be fair to him, I do remember the old the Yeboah Wimbledon goal, because he'd scored a pretty perler of a goal in that game.
Yeah.
And then Yeboah went and smashed one in off the bar again, and you could see his face like, oh man, I scored the good goal in this game. And now Yeboah took it away from me.
Yeah, we're not old. We've just been watching football since we
are old, Kev.
Yeah,
we are old, mate.
All right, cool. Yeah, we're not young and as hip as everybody else out there, but we're okay. You know, we do bits. So
Monaco, mate.
Yeah, Monaco. I watched all of the game. There was second half, obviously, we'll come on to that, but it was pretty shit, being honest. Nobody really stuck out as playing really, really well. One player probably, after what's going on with Max Wober, really came of age a little bit more. Came of age is a shit thing to say. He actually played better than he was playing last season, the season before, really, because he'd been shit for a while. And Pascal Stroke, he took some abuse on social media over the past couple of days, saying how they thought he was shit. What match were they watching? I was watching something completely different. I actually thought he was probably the best defender yesterday as well. He won loads of headers. He was a fucking threat in their box, our box, not throwing goals and that. But he played really, really well. And he's quite short coming out with the ball. Made some really, really decent passes. I thought he had a really, really good game. And it's just, I don't think everybody else watched the same game as me, really, because he was decent. And with Wober going, that just, because he played right centre-back yesterday as well, and I thought, do you know what? I think Farke might be trying him in this right centre-back slot, but in reality, he just needed him to play a full 90 minutes because he's going to have to play now, unless we find somebody that's going to come in as a left centre-back quite quickly, which I don't think we're going to be able to. And he's going to play more now. You can see it already.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen of the game, he, like you said, he was a threat in that box, and I think that's one thing he probably could add to his game a bit more.
Yeah,
because he does. Even in the Premier League, he was getting on the end of a lot of headers in the box, but you just need to start sticking them in.
Yeah.
I think that will come a bit more confidence. Yeah.
Well, I'd like to say new manager, new way of playing, new lifestyle. Again in Championship, everything changes when you get a new manager in charge. They've all got their different ways of doing things, so he could be changing his lifestyle, everything like that. He's come back. He looks more confident. He didn't look that good against Man United. Let's be honest. He was a bit all over the shop, but he was quite good yesterday, and he was short. And he was alongside Cooper when Cooper was doing a lot of the talking, and he was really. You could see he was doing a lot of talking at the back and speaking to Strike a lot. They actually looked okay together.
Yeah.
I actually thought that, and now with Wober fucking off, he's going to have quite a big season, I think, unless we can sign another left-sided centre-back. But if we've got Cooper and Strauch, and I know everybody's gasping for new signings and that to come in, but do we really need another left centre-back now? What do you think?
It depends how he's going to deploy the centre-backs that we've got. If he's going to look at, now we've only got Cresswell right side. If he does then look at Strauch and go, well, we'll try you on the right if he's playing well, then that's either way, whichever side he plays is going to there's going to have to be another defender coming in.
Yeah.
So when that happens, we'll see. And I think, given Cresswell's just coming back from the Europeans under 21s, champion, by the way, you probably wanted to not throw him in straight away.
If we're going to stick on to that, because obviously Cresswell's, we've picked out like 6 players between us who we thought played quite well yesterday, and probably staked to claim or nailed on their starting spot. I didn't think Cresswell was that good when he come on yesterday. He's really slow, but he's only just come back, and you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He did fill me with confidence, if I'm being honest. But this is all personal opinions. This is why we have content creators and you have fans. Everybody has something different to say. I feel Cresswell he just looked a little bit off it yesterday.
Well, it's his first game. It's his first game in this new setup.
Yeah,
new manager. You can't really judge too much on that. I mean, could he have done better with a headed goal? I think it was him that sort of was marking the player. But I won't judge any real bad performances in these friendlies, apart from Bamford. Yeah, I'll judge him.
Yeah, judging a lot. Yeah.
But what I did take from even the second half, that you said it wasn't as good as the first half, what I did notice about us is our eagerness to pass the ball.
Yeah.
And confidently as well, in tight spaces, not afraid to knock it back, not afraid. I've noticed as well, we were constantly playing passes across the goal.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a no-no usually, but we were doing it well, if you know what I mean. We were switching from one side to the other, and we were going across the goal. It looked good. It looked better than the shit that we've watched for the last year anyway.
Yeah. I agree.
But that's gonna improve with a consistent team playing that way. I'm very, very excited about just in general play that we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
But, going back to Strauch, from what I've seen, just he didn't seem like he did much wrong.
No.
And all more power to him. I think we will have another defender. It just depends on where he's going to play Strauch. So left side, right side, where.
Yeah.
Ampadu as well is a player that can play in the centre as well.
Yeah.
So
we're going to
game as well.
Well, we're going to come on to Ampadu, aren't we? Really, because we might. Well, to be fair, you might as well just segue that into the way he come in and the way he played yesterday. And he was probably the best player on the pitch yesterday in my eyes. He was really, really good. He was getting around. He's got a really, really good range of passing. You can see it's probably not suited for the players that we've got. All the ones that were playing yesterday out on the wings. When we had Sinisterra and we had Rutter, and Somerville was maybe playing in a 10 yesterday too, which was quite good to see, because he actually did okay in there. But he was spraying these passes around, and they were hitting the mark, and it looked really, really good. So maybe there's more to Ampadu than what we actually thought as a destroyer in the middle of the park, breaking up play and getting in these short little passes and that Tyler Adams sort of thing. Ampadu actually was picking up the ball, he was moving forward with it, and he was playing these little passes around, both-footed too. And especially like these raking passes out to the left and the right, it looked really, really good. And again, I've said on the last one, and I'll say it again here, is for £7 million, he looks absolute bargain. And if he can stay fit and play alongside Tyler Adams, and Tyler Adams stays, then I do feel like that spine of the team, it could be really, really strong. Really strong.
Yeah. I agree. I think he, from the bits I've seen, I only seen the highlights in the second half that you sort of showed me, which was he's very integral to how we were playing yesterday. A lot of our play was going through him.
Yeah.
The little intricate passes, especially with he was supporting Gray very well.
Yep.
I'm highly impressed by that small sort of sample that we've seen of him so far.
Yeah.
Like I said, like on our last little catch-up video, if these are the signings that the 49ers are going after, then it's going to benefit us massively.
Yeah, and he just looked assured, and he's got good footballing brain. Didn't panic too much, apart from the time he rugby tackled one of their players down, and Kamara. Obviously, he could have been playing for us. Is him or Tyler Adams that we were going after, and it's just really, really good. And if he, like I said, stay fit, keep that good spine of the team, and you can see if we get a proper 10, you could obviously feed that person in the middle of the park that can play around with him too, and he can possibly support. And he did look really like he was helping, like you mentioned, helping Archie Gray a lot through the game too.
Yeah, and touching on that, the fact that he has played a lot of games as a centre back, so there is that option. You know what I mean? If
there is that option.
Sit back and he can go back in and fill in. So I'm massively chuffed with this with him.
Yeah, from what I saw yesterday, I feel that he should be in midfield. And he should be playing in the back only as a last resort for us. And hopefully we can get Nat Phillips in. Then we'll have 4 decent championship level defenders. I'm not going to say that they're all Premier League standard, apart from maybe Ampadu. But if we could have Cresswell, Nat Phillips, fuck off, but I'm not even going to say your name anymore, you prick. Strauch and Cooper, I'd kind of be happy with that as 4 centre halves. I think the right backs are all done. So I guess we'll go on to we've needed left back for years, so I'm not really going to go much into that, and we'll talk about that again and again and again. But I'm quite happy with that. And Ampadu was one of the lads that really, really stood out to yesterday as one of the people that I think that could drive the club forward, and he's probably going to be around for a long time as well. He signed a long-term deal, and that's a really, really good thing. Really, really
that's
good.
What we need, isn't it? We need people that want to be here all these loans that have gone out. We did mention it last about it could be a wage thing, but if you are going out on loan to then come back, I'll be like, well, nah, you're not coming back. You ain't pissing off just because you don't want to play in the Championship and then whatever. But we don't know the ins and outs of it. But as far as I'm concerned, they're not here anymore. They're not part of.
They're not Leeds players. They're not Leeds players if they got out on loan, and they can fuck off.
Yeah. Next player.
We just talked about Archie Gray. Might as well talk about Archie Gray.
Yeah,
he's going to be someone else, this boy is. He can drive with the ball, get stuck in. He can tackle. He can pass. He
can score goals as well, mate.
Yeah,
he can score some goals as well. It was unbelievable for a 17-year-old. He's shot up as well, isn't he? He looks like he's grown a bit.
Well, Phil Hayes said he's grown as fast as what Haaland did, and if he can keep going the way he's going, and that bloodline is just insane, isn't it? I think he's the future Leeds captain, England international, everything all rolled in one. He's just got it all really, really well.
He has. You can see it. You can see it as well. You get players at that age, they're in fits and spurts. They play good, don't they? Him, he seems so at home. Whenever I've seen him play, whether it's been for the 21s, the 17s, 18s, first team, he just looks so comfortable. He doesn't look overawed by, what's in front of him. I think that's probably come down from his dad and his Eddie Gray and stuff. So it's drilled into his blood. But very, very, very good player, and I think he'll stay as well because of the Leeds sort of heritage within him.
Yeah,
he'll stay. Depending if we never go up, then he's obviously going to be bought by somebody.
Yeah, he's going to get some minutes this year, the lad is, I'm telling you. And obviously I don't see him right now as being a starter, because if we keep everybody that we've got now, then you can see what sort of shape the team's going to be in. But I do think if Farkas played him in every game so far, we are short in the middle of the park. This could be, for him and Darko JB, it could be their years this year for the way they really break out in the team.
Yeah.
I'd rather
the fact that he started, we did it again. Yeah. Hey, the fact that he started him with Ampadu in his first game. I know it's only a friendly and it doesn't really mean anything for the season, but the fact that he was confident against a team, a good team, Monaco, started them together, 17-year-old and a new signing. It just speaks volumes of the ability that he's got, to be fair. So, go on, you can speak now, mate.
Well, I'd rather have Archie Gray in the team than Sam Greenwood. That's where we're at now. And I know Sam Greenwood's injured, but they're not miles apart in ability. And if one's 17 and one's 22, 23, you're going to go with a 17-year-old to build that lad up and make him into the player what he should be. And the sky's the limit for this lad. I mean, I would say he's he could be the one player in that squad now, even more than like Nonto and Sinistera and Somerville, all of those that could hit. And he's like Jude Bellingham when he was 16. That's what sort of player he is, and you can see now that he's going to be phenomenal if he just carries on that trajectory. It's just honestly, it's a shame that John McGinn fucked him up last year, because he could have been playing last year as well, which is because Jesse March spoke really highly of him, didn't he? And you know that he's a really, really good judge of talent. He's like the
everyone
best.
has,
yeah.
The thing with him as well, it's
that was me being sarcastic, by the way. I just want to let everyone know that.
The
little twat.
The fact that he's got no pressure on him as well because of his age. There's not massive, like you mentioned Greenwood. He's getting to that point now where he needs to establish himself in a team.
Yeah, he needs to play, doesn't he? He needs to play.
Yeah, he needs to play.
And if he don't, then you need to move him on.
Yeah, and then you've got Gray coming in. I would love, like, the position that he's in now is 17. He's getting minutes. There's no pressure on him to take the world by storm right now.
Yeah.
So he's still got plenty of growth to go through. So plays like Greenwood, it's sort of now or never for them. If they don't start pulling up, I say pulling up trees, but start making an impact, you'll probably see them guys being moved on.
Yeah.
But Gray's far from that at the moment. He's still really young, massive amounts of potential, and every time I see him, he seems like he gets better. And as I say, he's so comfortable.
It's his reading of the game that impresses me the most. It's just for such a young head, he just reads what's going on so well, and he can see danger before it happens. And then again, just getting stuck in as well. It's just quite an exciting time to be a Leeds fan when we've got with him and Darko JB and some of the other youngsters that are coming through as well. Mateo Joseph, he didn't get that much of a say in yesterday, but fuck me, that lad's quick. We didn't really get to talk about that last time. That burst of pace that he showed against Man United, wow.
Oh, Joseph,
yeah. I'm impressed with him. I just feel sorry.
Since I've seen him in the under-21s last year, because all the focus was on Perkins last season. Yeah. When he come in, Perkins is top player as well, and Joseph was sort of under the sort of radar a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very good player. I think a player like him will be harder to keep hold of than Gray.
Yeah.
Purely the fact that he's, Gray's sort of within Leeds and he's grown up there. But
I think because with Perkins, he's not been had any game time for any of these last matches, has he? I don't know about the Barnsley one because we weren't there, nobody was, so it's weird. But
were they even there?
Yeah, but Perkins, obviously, he hasn't seen any game time or anything like that. Maybe he could have a knock. Mm. But every time I've seen Perkins, I can see, fuck me, this lad's got something he has.
Mm.
And maybe they're priming him for a loan move because they need him to get minutes to get better, but they can't guarantee the side that we've got because of the players we've got right now. And do you see him getting ahead of Sinistera, Return, Nonto, Somerville? I don't currently.
No. But the fact that he hasn't, like you say, he isn't being used. If it is an injury, then that's what it is. The fact if he's not injured and he's not being looked at to get any minutes, probably tells you where they see him. Not that they want him gone or anything, but maybe a loan for someone like Perkins might be the best thing.
But there's championship clubs apparently that want to be looking at him. And do you want to loan him to a championship side? I'm not sure about that. I wouldn't want to. I don't like loaning players that are in the same division as us. It just always comes back to bite you in the arse, doesn't it?
Like Dan James.
Yeah.
Speaking of Dan James, mate, what did you think of him yesterday?
I think he was in and out. I do see him playing better on the right as an actual winger, but you can see Farker likes to play with inside forwards, the people that cut in and then play the ball in with the right foot on the left hand side and the vice versa. He showed some good pace, played a really, really good ball to Luke Haley in the back post. That way, he volleyed it over the bar. There was some bits he did really good, and some of the stuff that he was just like basic stuff that he got wrong. But him talking after the match has obviously changed a little bit about me, and like the thing that he's one of the lads that want to be there. So I'm quite happy now for him to stay and show us from what that he can do, because his pace in it. I'm a pace merchant, and it frightens people as well, especially in that league. He could be a good impact player.
Mm. The interview was the thing that grabbed me. I mean, he did some good things in the game, and it is what it is. But the interview that he had, because I always felt like when I used to see him play, he just looked like he had the Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank face on him. Like he just looked miserable all the time. Yeah. Even in the interview, he looked like he wanted to stab somebody.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was saying, like, I'm happy to be back here. I can't wait to get back in front of Ellen Road. I was chuffed with that interview and how he sort of come across. So yeah, Dan James, well done, mate.
Yeah, well done. He just got obviously on that side though where Sinistera was played. He's got outshone him a little bit, really, didn't he? Sinistera. I mean, he's one of the other ones that we've highlighted that had a decent game. And not as good as he was against United, but he created some chances and played some good balls in. But he's just next level, this lad. I would champion him every time that we do a video. If he stays, I think we go up if he stays. Straight away.
I'm very scared about getting to the end of the window. I think there's going to be a huge bid coming for him. Yeah. I really do think there is.
I think something's going to happen. He's got that, hasn't he? That X factor, and he could go play in a top 10 league in a Premiership. You can see that. It's just whether his injury record, and he wants to go. We don't know. He's not said nothing. They've got all these Vobad, Rocco, and all that stuff started quite early on in the window. Harrison, all these bits. Nothing's come in for Sinistera. Not one person has heard anything. And
apart from the AC Milan, there was an AC Milan link, weren't there?
Yeah, there was, but they've signed a few of it since then.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the only thing I worry about him. If he can stay with us, I agree. He will play a big part in whether we go up or not. Yeah. If he's fit, definitely. Yeah. Very, very, very happy with Sinistera. Stay, you bitch. Stay with us.
Yeah. Don't. But the Colombian, some of the Colombian media on Twitter obviously take this with a pinch of salt, and we don't know how obviously reliable this is, but they said that he's happy to stay. And with people like Nonto and Sinistera, if the 49ers have got the bollocks, why not offer paying these lads what they're being paid in the Premiership, or at least a bumper contract for them to stay out? And if we don't go up, then let them go at the end of the year. They should be putting their hands in the pocket of players like them too. I really, really do. And I do think one of him or Nonto will be gone by the end of the window.
I think Nonto's in a little bit of a different situation with than Sinistera. I think Nonto's still very much at the start of his career.
Yep.
He's done so much already, but he's still, 19, 20? Yeah. And we haven't got any clauses for him. So it's going to take a massive, massive chunk of money to get for him to be gone, I think.
Well, what you mean, Sinistera or Nonto?
Nonto. I think the ball's in our court with Nonto.
I think they're going to, if you look at this stuff with Everton, and if you're watching some of the other media outlets and people that are in the know, or proper people that are in the know, we're willing to accept 20 million for Nonto.
I don't know about that, mate.
I wouldn't accept it, but
they've just got Dan Juma, haven't they?
Yeah,
Everton. So I don't think
but that's on loan, and I don't think they've got the money. I don't think Everton's going to be the move. But I do think if some team come in with a £25 million bid, something around that with some add-ons or some salon clauses, I think they'd take it. I really, really do.
I think the Everton bid came with Alan Stubbs and a toffee hammer. So
yeah, it's true.
And
Paul Gascoigne and a fishing rod as well. Yeah, some chicken wings and a few beers. In my heart, I don't see Nonto going to Everton anyway. I don't think it's an upward move for him. I think it's more lateral, even though it's they're in the Premiership. As much as you know that I love Everton so much, no, they're a bag of shit. He can fuck off, and he ain't going there. So,
yeah, I think it will be. I think the 20 million. It doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound right. 20 million for Nonto.
No.
I know he's only 20, but the impact he's going to make in the future.
Well, that Alex Scott from Bristol City is quoted at 25 million to
exactly
Wolverhampton, so I don't think he can go for any less than that.
No way.
I think these are just figures that have been bandied around as well that I've heard.
Staying Nonto, staying Sinistera.
Staying Nonto. Stay Sinistera.
What do you think about Meslier playing yesterday?
Oh, I'm going to take some heat for this. I'm telling you, I really, really am. I know someone's going to come at me for this one.
50 million there.
Yeah,
right. And got.
I know you said 50 million, didn't you? Right. Okay, I'm going to put this out there, and I think he's going to end up staying, and I think he's going to end up being number one goalkeeper. I don't think anyone. I don't think anybody's going to come in for him. I think he actually weren't that bad yesterday. I know people were moaning, why is he not kicking it out? I reckon he's been told to play out from the back, and I think he needs a nice little bit of a refresh. And it's like he did that skill and skinned the forward when he was running onto him, and I nearly cacked me pants because it's. And then, but then he got away with it, and then he started like playing some good passes. I think he made one mistake in the game that I can remember, but he weren't at fault for any of the goals in my eyes.
No,
and I've got a feeling he's sticking around, and he weren't that bad. He weren't. Came out, collected his crosses. Sometimes he's really, really good at that. For the past few years, some of the good things that he has done is come and claim some long balls, and I've got a feeling he's going to stay because no one's going to buy him, and I don't think we're going to bring in another keeper until we sell him.
Yeah. Well, I've said it in one of our shows before. I'll be happy for him to stay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 22. He was immense in the promotion season. The first season that we were up, he was immense. I know that we, as a defensive unit for the past few years, we haven't been good. We haven't
been a unit for the last
even
years.
Even under Bielsa, we weren't great. Our form of defence was attack, but our form of defence last year it wasn't one.
Yeah, we were just one big.
There was many goals you want.
One big line across the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, I felt sorry for him because for 2 seasons he was absolutely bombarded, and hopefully, if we get into a system now with Farke, it's a lot. It's similar to Bielsa in terms of our pressing, but it's usually the front 4 that do the pressing.
Yeah,
and then the back 6 sort of sit a bit more. So I think he'll have a lot more protection in the system, which will do him the world of good.
Yeah,
he won't be peppered as much, especially in the Championship, because I think we'll dominate a lot of possession in the Championship.
Yeah,
and I'm happy for that because I think ultimately he's a very good goalie, and I don't care. I'd rather have him than Darlow. I'd rather have Meslier than Darlow.
I don't know. I don't know about that. It depends where we're at, and I can't say yes and I can't say no. If we've got a good fee from Meslier, I'll take it. If we can invest it in other parts of the squad, but I mean, he's not, like I say, he's not a bad goalkeeper. He's just had a bad time, and it weren't. Obviously, he did make some fuck ups as well over the last couple of years, and we can't blame it entirely on being peppered as well. But
we can.
Yeah, we can't. Not entirely.
If you are constantly smashed with goals, shots, and he did make the most saves as well. You don't forget that he made the most saves. He conceded the most goals, but he made the most saves.
Yeah.
So that tells you just how many shots he was facing. When you've got a non-existent defence in front of you, you're gonna make mistakes. You're 22 years old, playing in the best league in the world. Gonna make mistakes in goal. And what happens when you're a goalie and you make a mistake?
You get the shit for it, don't you? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what everyone remembers, really, isn't it? It's like that. But again, I mean, we're different schools of thought when it comes to Meslier. Usually he was a £50 million goalkeeper, and I'd rather have Cardalo if we got a right fee for Meslier. But would I be bothered if he started the season? No, I don't think I would. I'm sitting a little bit on the fence with it, because if he can get back to some of the form that he has shown for us previously, and his head's in it, and he wants to stay, then I could get behind that. But we still don't know, because look, at the end of the day, we've got a long month ahead of us with August. And
we have, yeah.
Yeah, that transfer window, I kind of just wake up and it's September. And
you would think, though, because the goalie is such a sort of major position that you want to get right, or you want to have someone in for the start of the season at least. The fact that he played yesterday was a surprise to me.
Yeah, I thought the same.
So I mean, I won't read too much into it, but what that says to me is maybe he has had a chat with Farke, and it's been like, okay, we'll do this shit.
Yeah,
we'll get promoted again. Anyway, anyone else you want to talk about, mate?
I actually want to talk about Joe Galhart, if I'm being honest. If you don't mind this, I do. He played in the 10 yesterday, and I actually don't think he was that bad. He looked all right. He ran around.
He did run around.
Yeah. He ran around a bit, and he did a lot of like good stuff on that as well, pressing and that. And where is he going to fit this year?
I think Galhart. I think what he is good at is with the ball at his feet. He's quite good at close control. with the sort of way he plays, Farker plays, I think the best position for him is the one in the middle behind the forward. I think he can link up quite well, and he's got a fucking leap on him for a young lad.
He looks leaner as well, don't he?
Yeah.
He looks in really, really good shape. Obviously, he's been doing a lot of work in the close season too. I think Joe Cowherd just needs a goal. Needs a goal and a position that he's going to play. I mean, again, it's like Sam Greenwood, and I mean, I wouldn't put him in the same bracket as Sam Greenwood. He's definitely a better player. But is this the season for Joe Cowherd, the way he needs to shit or get off the pot, really?
Well, yeah, I think I've said before the experience of playing week in, week out for Sunderland would do him the world of good, because at us he was just in for 5 minutes here and it weren't doing him any good at all.
And every time he was coming on, Marshall's wanted him to save the game when we were losing and come on, and he put a lot of pressure on the young lad.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I've mentioned before, Rads was calling him the best young player in the league and putting all that pressure on him. And then again, he didn't even play for England under the 21s. And they've just won it without him. It's not that he isn't the best young player in the league, and Rad's put a lot of pressure on him at the time, and so hopefully that's something that I really do want Joe Cowherd to move on this year. I really, really do. I think he needs to have a big season with Leeds. I want him to stay, and I pray that he's going to have a good year, because there's a lot of talent there and a lot of potential. It's just it's been misused a lot, even at Sunderland, because he was meant to be going there and playing with a big man and like to play two up top and play off Ross Stewart, and it didn't really work out for him as much. He played well in some games, but he didn't get the goals that we were looking for. And I think if he can get a couple of goals at the beginning of the year, then I think he'll go from strength to strength. But that's my opinion on that.
I think him just playing, just play. Even the fact that he weren't scoring goals, he was playing as a lone striker. To be fair, he's not a lone striker.
Yeah. But
the fact that he was playing, and he was playing against Championship defenders, just getting involved in that situation, will do him the world of good. I think if he's given a role this year, I think he will do well.
I hope so.
Definitely. We do need a new forward though, mate.
Yeah, Joel Perot.
Forward.
Yeah,
one that can score. Yeah,
one that can score, because I'm not going to give. I mean, at the end of the day, if you never know, Bamford could come good this year, but I'm 99% sure he's going to be cack. Because I watched him yesterday and he was just terrible. Watched him again, Man United. He got bullied by an 18-year-old kid. I'm just not. Yeah. I'm not confident in it at all. I think we are going to get a striker. I really, really.
We need one. We do need another striker
and a left back.
Well, yeah. We 5 years ago now.
Yeah, like you say, with Charlie Taylor is the one, the name that's in the frame. Ryan Giles' names seems to be popping around as well. But at the end of the day, we'll know who we've signed when the 49ers because we don't know what's going on.
I think the incomings are very skewed here. I'll just wait and see who comes in, because, like I say, Ampadu come out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. That Ryan Manning was we even really in for him?
No, I don't think so.
Who knows? But I think there are certain players in the background that they'll have an eye on and they'll be talking to.
Yeah, cool. All right, brilliant.
Oh yeah. So, what do you think of the overall sort of performance as the team yesterday?
It was all right. It was okay. There was some good bits and there's some bad bits, but yeah, it was all right. There was, like I mentioned, there's a couple of lads that we spoke about too much there, and that's it.
I do think that you can see patterns in the way we're setting up, and it did look better. The intricate passing, even at the back, was nice at times. And we're doing it against a good team, a good European team. So I think when we come to playing teams in the Championship, I think we'll sort of overrule them a little bit.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Okay, cool.
Times.
Yeah, that's sound. Honestly, there is a lot that I can see going well for us next year if we just make those three key signings. I mean, even the middle of the park, I reckon we're not that as bad as we are left back and striker, and another centre half. So if right now I'd take a left back, centre back, a central midfielder, and a striker. If they could get those 4 players in, I think we need six players. I really do think we need 6 players. But if we get those 4, that high quality for the Championship, then I think we'd be okay for at least until the next transfer window. I do think we need 4 players as a minimum, and 6 like it would be for the squad.
And it's just who, or if we lose anyone else as well, that we'll have to replace.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
If anyone big goes, we'll have to replace them. But we'll see what happens, mate.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the progress in the little time that we've had with the 49ers. In fact, I do want to see some more incomings coming in, but I suppose that's in hand.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Excellent. Some good stuff.
Yeah. Good times.
Well, I think we should finish up here then, James, because we've been on for way longer than we should have been, if I'm being real honest.
2 videos in one day, mate.
Yeah, but they're not probably won't be both coming out on the same day though, so that's all right.
All good.
All right, okay. I think let's just leave it there. We'll probably get another one out this week, possibly 2, now that we've started doing this video mobile, and we've been away for a bit. So thank you.
We are going to watch Forest, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to Forest Burton on Thursday to watch Forest game. We didn't get we still did the ballot for Cardiff because there was like fucking 50 million people in the queue ahead of us. We managed to get Shrewsbury, didn't we? So at least we wouldn't be going for that yet.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay, thanks for watching Leeds House.
Yes, mate. I am James.
I am Kevin.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.